to another episode of the Dream Stream. I'm your host, Keltoids, and today we are going to be. Let me turn my mic down a little bit. Looks like it's getting a little too loud. How about there? Yeah, I like that a little bit better. All right, so we are playing The Excavation of Hobbs Marrow. It's a newer game that was released last week. It is described as a folk horror game. It's pixelated art. So you all know I love pixelated art games. I saw it. I think I've heard of it on Twitter. And I like the art. It sounded cool. Not again? Are you serious? Mig. I swear to God, I changed it. What is going on? Why am I in Overwatch category? Oh, I didn't hit done. Keltoids, you're so stupid. But in a good way. All right, yeah. So thanks, Mirk. Thank you. You're a lifesaver. You're a great one. Anybody follow Mirg? She's a gem. Protect the Mirg at all cost. I should have prepared a little bit better. Forgive me, I just chugged an energy drink. So just give me just a couple minutes. I'll be right back. And then we'll begin the excavation of Hobbs Barrow. Barrow. All right, y'all. I'm coming. Don't worry. Keltoids is here. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Please fasten seatbelts. Adjust all seats to the upright position. And let's roll. New game. It's just rain. Nothing scary about that. Happy to have you guys on board tonight. I'm your captain, Captain Keltoids. We'll try and keep a slow and steady flight for you this evening. Morning. Uh-oh.
Miss Bateman. Welcome back to Ticehurst House. It's been quite some time. Terrible weather this evening, is it not? Nurse Blaketon has had enough of me smoking inside. Makes her cough, you see.
Plus, it stinks.
A bit of rain won't kill me, will it? You mustn't be interested in me nattering on. Give my regards to your father. Nurse Blaketon is preparing his supper. You look pale, Miss Bateman. Do head inside. You'll catch your death out here.
Pale. That's just fine skin. The excavation of Hobbs Barrow. We have a nice little pixelated choo-choo. Nothing scary about a choo-choo.
Mother,
Do I have to click?
I hope this letter will reach you. I have spent these past years in torment, trying to piece together what remains of fractured memories. What I am about to recount to you will seem beyond comprehension, but I beg for your patience.
Wow, just look at that. Look at that, those sheep. Get some good wool from
Endeavour
those
to
sheep.
Explain the events that led me to Ticehurst House that night. As far as I can recall, this whole wretched story started with the receipt of a letter from a Mr. Leonard Shoulder. The letter brought me to the isolated village of Bewley, deep in the moors. No station master in sight. I hope the village isn't too far away. I can't recall our exact meeting place. Mr. Shoulder mentioned it in his letter.
Okay, left click to walk and interact. Right click to examine. To access the inventory and menu, move your mouse cursor to the top of the screen. I'm familiar with that process. Left click on an inventory item to select. Right click to examine. Once an inventory item is selected, you can right click to deselect it. You can double click on an exit to teleport directly to it. The game will occasionally autosave. You can also save anytime via the menu. Keyboard shortcuts. M for map, F7 quick load, F5 quick save, spacebar, hold, show interactable hotspots. I understand. Tracks.
The tracks look quite untarnished. I don't think many trains come through here. Bewley. I have great expectations for this barrow.
Yeah, but the weather's crap. Okay, so one thing about this is that when I hover over something... Okay, I see.
The post looks unattended.
Okay. I guess I have to exit.
I ought to read Mr. Shoulder's letter again. I can't recall the name of our meeting place.
Ah, okay. Let's open up the inventory, take a look at the letter. Handkerchief, some money. Dear Miss Bateman, I write this letter in hope of piquing your curiosity. I read about your expertise in barrows, and if I understand correctly, you are writing a book on them and the treasures they contain. I live in the village of Bewley, where a most special barrow can be found in the outskirts. It is rectangular in form and is certainly tall enough to stand up in. The place is steeped in local legend, and there is rumor of secrets to be found deep within. I hope you will not misunderstand me and find this letter intrusive. If you wish to visit Bewley and excavate the barrow, I would be pleased to be your guide. Please send your response to the Plough and Furrow Inn, Bewley. I shall await your letter. Yours respectfully, Mr. Leonard Shoulder. Dear Miss Bateman, marvelous news. I shall meet you at 8 o'clock in the evening on the 14th of this new month at the Plough and Furrow Inn, Bewley. The inn has fine rooms which you will find adequate for your short stay. When we meet, I shall tell you more of the circumstances surrounding the site, which is referred to locally as Hobbs Barrow. It is not located on my own land, but we will have no issue gaining permission to excavate. I wish you a safe journey. Okay, so it's Plough and Furrow.
I must make my way to the Plough and Furrow Inn.
Plow and Furrow. Why do they have to spell it like that? Just Plow. That would be simple enough.
Excuse me?
Yes?
You need to get off the track, ma'am. That's dangerous. She's probably got dementia and is lost.
I'm looking for the Plough and Furrow Inn. Do you know where I can find it?
Aye, young lady. Leave the station and follow the dry stone wall for around half a mile. You'll come to Bewley. Go straight ahead and you'll find the market square. The inn is t'other side at square.
Thank you very much. What can you tell me about Bewley?
Well, it used to be a thriving village. Not so much now. I don't spend much time there these days.
Are you local?
Ah, yes, a local I am. But I don't live in the village.
Where are you travelling to today?
That would be none of your business, young lady.
Ooh.
Apologies. I wish you a pleasant journey. I swear she was not standing there a moment ago.
Nope, she most certainly was not.
What brings you to Bewley?
I beg your pardon?
What brings you to Bewley, miss?
That's none of your business, ma'am. Tell the truth. I have nothing to hide or lie. She looks superstitious. You know, I'm gonna tell the truth.
I'm here to visit a local landmark, Hobbs Barrow.
Hobbs Barrow? Well, I can't say I've heard of it. For what reason?
I wish to excavate it.
Grave robber, are you?
Not at all. I merely have an interest in antiquities.
Not much to be found in Bewley, if you ask me. You're better off waiting for the next train back to the city.
I'll take my chances.
Can't say I didn't warn you.
That was odd.
Indeed. Oh, there's a door here. I didn't realize there's...
Hello? A door of fine construction. A gift from my mother. It bears my initials, TB. I have 6 shillings and 2 pence. My assistant Kenneth is bringing more funds tomorrow. I don't like travelling with too much money on me.
Smart lady. Do I have a map yet? No, it does not look like I do.
A local dwelling.
So this would be the town square that she's talking about?
The sign is in a shabby state, but the shop appears to be a cobbler's. The Plough and Furrow Inn. The inn where I am to meet Mr. Shoulder.
Let's make our way there.
Now and furrow. I have a bit of time before Mr. Shoulder arrives. I should inquire about a room. The man looks thoroughly inebriated.
Oh no, a drunkard.
Hello there. What's the young lady doing out alone in this sodden weather?
Let's give him a bit of spice. He has no business approaching us like that.
What are you doing out in this weather?
Waiting for you, my dear.
I doubt that.
And I've waited long enough. So, give us a kiss now, won't you?
Ugh. We'll give him a slap.
How dare you?
Wench.
What a buffoon.
The slap. He deserved it.
I should speak to the innkeeper about a room.
Game saved.
It's a crudely painted scene that appears to be of a biblical nature. A decorative plate. This one depicts a cat. A decorative plate depicting a serpent. A decorative plate. This one depicts a bull.
So
A
animals.
decorative plate depicting an eagle. A decorative plate. This one depicts a dog. A decorative plate depicting a bear. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, lass. How can I help you?
I am in need of a room for the night.
Aye, we aren't short of those. One night, is it?
I shall need at least 2 nights, maybe more.
Aye, 'tis not a problem. 3 shilling per night. That includes your dinner and tea.
A fair price.
I'll need that payment up front for the 2 nights.
I have 6 shillings and 2 pence. My assistant Kenneth is bringing more funds to me. I don't like travelling with too much money.
Okay, we'll select that and give that to the
This
innkeeper.
is payment for the room.
Thank you. Can I ask for your name, lass?
Thomasina Bateman.
And will Mr. Bateman be staying with us tonight?
No, I am not wed. My assistant is arriving in Bewley tomorrow.
Your assistant, you say? Will you be needing another room?
Please.
I'll keep a room spare. It's not quite as nice as yours, I'm afraid.
Not a problem, sir. I'm sure it will be adequate. Kenneth is a man of inexpensive taste.
Here's your key. Just go through the door to the right of the bar, then up the stairs. Room number 2.
Thank you.
Can I help you with your luggage?
No, thank you, sir. I can manage. I should go upstairs and freshen up before Mr. Shoulder arrives. This shall do nicely. Time to change into something more comfortable.
Look at that drip. With a little bow tie and everything.
Much better. A sturdy-looking thing, useful to many a weary traveller. The wardrobe looks old, perhaps 100 years or more in age. A jug of water for drinking or washing.
Do some washing up.
A decrepit set of drawers.
I don't know if you guys have seen the TikTok of that one British dude who got a bunch of flack for. He's over in the UK and he was like, "This is what we do. We wash dishes. We call it washing up." And apparently they wash their dishes with soapy water, and then just put it in the drying rack. He did not rinse said dishes. So he caught a bunch of crap for that. I mean, who does that? You rinse the soap off your dishes because then you get, if you don't, you'll get diarrhea.
Painting of surprising quality. It portrays a rocky outcrop overlooking a vast moor, perhaps a local landmark. My evening light shall be provided by this solitary candlestick. Ah, complementary matches. Useful.
Pick that up.
Ah, complementary match. There's only one match left, though.
Of course.
No doubt the mattress is stuffed with itchy straw. I've hung my dress inside. Aside from that, the wardrobe is empty. Jammed shut. The wood must have warped over the years. I've stored my case in there, a box within a box. A decorative plate depicting a goat.
7 plates, 7 animals.
I don't wish to take it.
Fine. That's perfectly fine. Is there anything else? Doesn't look like it.
Good afternoon, sir.
Note for you here.
I beg your pardon?
I said there's note for you here, lass. Be on your way.
Charming. Hello, sir.
What?
I'm waiting here for a man named Leonard Shoulder. Do you know him?
I don't. Do you, love?
Never heard of him.
There you have it. Now clear off.
Rude.
Hello, miss.
What do you want?
I...
Bugger off.
They are engaged in an intense discussion.
This guy seems nice.
Right.
Do you know a Mr. Leonard Shoulder?
You're not local. You've come on that bloody train, haven't you? Bewley's going to dogs.
My name is Thomasina Bateman, and you are...
None of your business, lass. Where's your husband?
None of your business, sir.
Ha! You're brave coming in here all on your own.
I'm a grown woman.
I'm Cyril.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Cyril.
Cereal? Yeah, we're gonna call that dude Cereal.
Do you know Mr. Shoulder?
That be none of your business, lass. I don't come to your city poking around asking questions, do I? Man just wants to enjoy his ale in peace.
I'm gonna keep interrogating
I
him.
take it you are not enamored with the railway station.
Bewley's gonna be swarming with outsiders, like you. We don't want you coming here. It's as simple as that, lass.
Why not?
This is our town, our land.
I assure you, I am not here to cause trouble.
We'll see about that, won't we?
What can you tell me about Bewley?
We're a proud community. I've lived here my whole life. Not much here to interest folks like you.
Folks like me.
Aye.
Bye for now.
Ta-ra, lass.
A biblical scene of some kind. An angel is depicted looking longingly to the heavens. A colourful work depicting a bashful knight. It is signed N. Hamley. This painting shows a Rubenesque figure brushing her hair. Quite unusual to see such a sensual work in a room like this. A majestic animal cut down in his prime. A pixie-faced peasant boy painted in a naive style. The painting depicts a rocky-edged lake. A small bronze plate states the name Lake Cubilius. The crackling fireplace is more welcoming than the facial expressions of the locals.
Yeah, it appears that these folks are simple people. Simple, but also very rude. I'm sure this dude's gonna be just rude as hell.
Good day, sir.
Oh, he's passed out.
A fine exemplar of inebriation.
Miss Bateman, you've transformed.
I feel far more comfortable in my outdoor clothing.
You look like one of those explorers you see in the newspaper.
I guess you could call me an explorer of sorts.
I'm Stanley. Stanley Kemp.
A pleasure to meet you, Stanley.
And tell me, I trust your room is adequate.
Most adequate.
Excellent.
I'm looking for a man named Leonard Shoulder.
Aye, I know the man.
I'm to meet him here tonight.
Can I get you something to drink while you wait?
Not yet, thank you. What can you tell me about Mr. Shoulder?
Aye, he's a quiet fellow. He only comes here to check his post.
Yes, I've been corresponding with him using this address.
Have you now? You found yourself an admirer.
Not quite.
What business do you have with old Leonard then?
Well, if you must know, I am what some people call a barrow digger.
A what?
A barrow digger.
What in God's name is that?
Are you familiar with tumuli?
Afraid not.
Barrow is another word for tumulus, or tumuli in the plural. A profoundly interesting subject.
You've lost me.
I excavate ancient burial sites looking for relics. A barrow is traditionally a circular mound of raised earth enclosing a burial chamber.
Oh, aye? You're a grave robber.
I am no such thing.
Don't worry, lass. I've met all sorts in here over the years. I won't tell anyone.
I assure you, my goal is more noble than petty grave robbery.
What sort of relics do you find then? Gold? Silver? Bones?
Well, rarely gold or silver, but treasures certainly. Ancient pottery is the most common find. I've been excavating barrows all over the country. I'm documenting my findings in preparation for my book. It shall be called Vestiges of the Antiquities in Rural England.
Oh, aye. Very interesting. But what does old Leonard have to do with this?
He sent me a letter in which he told me about an unusual barrow in Bewley, a site called Hobbs Barrow. I'm meeting him here this evening to find out more.
I've lived here nigh on my whole life, and I've heard nought about a Hobbs Barrow.
What can you tell me about Bewley?
Aye, it's a quiet place. People keep to themselves, work hard.
I look forward to exploring the village tomorrow.
There's not a lot to see, lass. But St. Edmund's Church is a fine building, worth a visit.
I do remember seeing the church when I was out in the square.
Are you sure you've never heard of Hobbs Barrow?
Not in my life, lass, but I'll tell you something. The moors stretch further than the eyes can see once you leave this village. There's no doubt many a discovery to be made.
Mr. Shoulder said the barrow is well known locally, a place of legend.
I'm afraid you're going to have to speak to him about it. Why are you interested in digging around in the dirt, lass? Haven't you better things to do with your time?
I enjoy nothing more than the thrill of discovery, uncovering the past and piecing together our history. I inherited this passion from my father.
Oh, a barrow digger too, were he?
Indeed. He would take me with him on excavations as a child.
Does he still come with you now, on your own adventures?
I'm afraid my father's been bedbound by illness for many years.
Oh, I am sorry to hear that, lass.
Thank you, Mr. Kemp. He is well looked after at a private hospital. Tell me about yourself, Mr. Kemp.
Well, I've been the proprietor of this inn for the last 16 years. I worked as a drover all over the country in my younger days. Saved up my coin and bought this place.
It's a fine inn.
Thank you. I often run short of ale, but my rooms are rarely full. We don't get many outsiders wanting to stay overnight here in Bewley.
Thanks for your time.
As you were.
Mr. Shoulder should really be here by now. I'll sit down and wait. Where on earth is he? What a waste of time this is turning out to be. not you again.
I just wanted to apologize for earlier. I deserve that slap. I'm sorry for my behavior. The drink gets a hold of me sometimes.
Let's start again, shall we?
My name is Arthur Tillett.
Thomasina Bateman.
What brings you to Bewley anyway?
I'm here to meet someone, but he has not arrived.
His loss, if you ask me.
Perhaps you know the gentleman, Mr. Leonard Shoulder.
Oh, I know Mr. Shoulder all right. If I may be so bold as to say, he's a bit long in the tooth for you.
The relationship is not what you're implying. I've never met him. In fact, I know very little about him at all.
Get me an ale and I'll tell you all about the old sod.
Do I get him another ale? Do I refuse? I don't really want to be troublesome. I suppose I can get him one. He might have some useful information. I suppose I will.
One ale, coming right up.
Thank you very much, Miss Bateman. Then I'll tell you all about old Leonard Shoulder.
How can I help you?
A tankard of your finest ale, Mr. Kemp.
There we are. 2 pence, please.
Thank you. This was the last of my money, but Kenneth will be here tomorrow with more funds. Here you are, Arthur.
Thanking you. Oh, that hits the spot, that does, lass. Now then. Old Leonard Shoulder.
Oh no.
Arthur? Mr. Tillett?
I should have known.
Oh, for heaven's sake. The man is in a drunken stupor. After one drink too many, Arthur Tillett has passed out. Mr. Tillett? He's not dead, just very drunk. I would still like to hear what he has to say about Mr. Shoulder.
Shame, shame on me.
I
This...
do not need to use the lavatory.
Okay, so that's the bathroom. We have any more conversations with... So
Can't think of anything else to talk about right now.
How can I help you?
May I trouble you for a glass of water?
If it's water you're after, I just refilled the jug in your room for you.
Thank you. Thanks for your time.
As you were.
Oh, is this guy... No, he's still...
A fine exemplar.
Okay. Can we...
I should wait here for Mr. Shoulder.
Maybe we can... I'm guessing we probably have to go back to our room.
This may come in handy.
What about the bowl?
An empty bowl has been provided for washing. I don't wish to carry the bowl around with me. I do feel tired after the trip, but my meeting with Mr. Shoulder must take priority.
All right, we have a room key, a handkerchief, and some matches, and a jug of water. Can we use? That is maybe dump some water on Mr. Arthur.
Oh, what the hell were that for?
You passed out, Mr. Tillett.
Oh, sorry, lass. Where were I? Leonard's shoulder. Hold on another minute. I'm making for a piss.
This man is unbelievable. It feels like an hour has passed. Perhaps I should go in there and check on him.
Miss Bateman? My apologies. The ladies are closed due to faulty plumbing. You'll have to use the gents.
Lovely. Mr. Tillett? These look modern. I'm surprised. Mr. Tillett? Mr. Tillett, are you in there? There's no fresh water in there. The jug is empty. The water is brown, quite ghastly. The mirror is coated in a thick layer of grime. The mirror is coated. Some excavations are best left to others.
What is that noise?
Mr. Tillett, are you in there?
Oh, a kitty.
Well, you're not Mr. Tillett. The mangy thing is fast asleep. I'd rather not touch it. The thing stinks to high heaven. I can see it's still raining out there. The door opens a crack, but appears to be blocked from the other side. I think I can hear someone moving around. Mr. Tillett? Arthur, are you out there? Judging from the draft coming from below, this door must lead outside. I should investigate further. The door is blocked. A cold draft is leaking in from under the door. This leads outside.
Alright, we'll maybe go outside and investigate. It's one of the noisiest bathrooms I've been in. Uh-oh. Fog.
Excuse me, sir.
Ooh, an alley at night in the fog? Dare I?
These flowers look pretty. Someone must take good care of them. The post has been embellished with a fine bronze bust of a horse. Sturdy-looking barrels, no doubt used to store ale.
Uh-oh, somebody propped a piece of wood up against the door.
A beam of wood is propped up against the door, barring it closed from the outside. Someone has wedged the door shut. Mr. Tillett, why would he have done that? Did Mr. Tillett leave, then block the door behind him? Something strange is going on here. Who was that old chap I saw outside the alley? He headed eastward. Maybe I could catch up with him and ask him if he saw Mr. Tillett. A single glove is lying in the mud. A pearly white gent's glove. It's certainly unlike anything Mr. Tillett was wearing. Seems rather out of place here. Peculiar. It's the small window to the lavatories. Surely Mr. Tillett could not have squeezed through that gap? A warm glow permeates from within, making me feel somewhat cold and damp.
Alright, we'll try and catch up with that old man.
Sir?
Oh gosh.
A humble local dwelling.
Alright, I guess I'll just follow him. I mean, there's no harm in that, right?
Man has disappeared into the darkness. I'd best turn back to the inn.
Good idea.
I don't wish to go knocking door to door. Quite an ornate construction. This was created with pride and care. Perhaps this belongs to a merchant.
It really doesn't seem...
I shouldn't wander too far. Mr. Shoulder may still show up, and I don't wish to miss him.
Yeah, I feel like the game's just going to take me back to the inn. And I don't really feel safe out here. Let's head on back in.
Last orders.
I should get some sleep. Finding the missing men of Bewley shall have to wait for tomorrow.
All right, then. I'll just ask him a question quick.
How can I help you?
Have you seen Arthur Tillett?
I thought he were with you.
He went to the lavatory and has not returned.
That sounds like Arthur Tillett. Don't worry, lass. He'll be back.
Thanks for your time.
As you were.
It's like everybody's left. I don't there'll be anything in the bathroom, so I'll just go.
Kenneth will be arriving tomorrow at midday. I should get some sleep. The crackling fireplace is a lovely place to warm oneself. A lovely place. A fine white glove, gents. I found it in the alleyway behind the plough and furrow.
All right.
It's closing soon. And no Mr. Shoulder. I should get some sleep and find him tomorrow.
All right.
Kenneth will be arriving.
Yeah. All right, bedtime.
Yes, I must get some sleep. I shall track down Mr. Shoulder tomorrow.
Miss Bateman,
Yes?
off to bed?
Yes. I'm afraid Mr. Shoulder's let me down.
The rotter. Perhaps he will make himself known tomorrow.
I should hope so. This is turning into a waste of my time.
Ah, don't mind the locals, miss. It's just that we don't get a lot of visitors in Bewley.
Quite.
They mean well, believe me.
Sure, Mr. Kemp.
Please, call me Stanley.
Good night, Stanley.
Sleep well, Miss Bateman.
Okay, is the game gonna do something, or do I have? Oh, it's that cat. Friendly kitty? I mean, what harm could a cat do? Oh. has one ugly ass kitty. The first day. Adventus.
Such horrid dreams. Bolted from the inside, just as I left it last night. As I suspected, I must have dreamt of that wretched-looking cat. I must say I'm relieved. Right then. Let's see if I can track down the elusive Leonard Shoulder. I'm rather anxious to get to this barrow. I also wonder what happened to Mr. Tillett.
Good morning, Miss Bateman.
Good day, Stanley.
Did you sleep well, Miss Bateman?
I'm not going to tell him about the cat.
Yes, thank you, Stanley.
Splendid. I'm happy to report the rain of yesterday has lifted. It's a clear morning outside. Crisp. I've prepared a room for your assistant. What time will he be arriving?
His train will get in around midday. Kenneth will also be bringing my excavation equipment.
Oh, aye. What does that entail?
Picks, shovels, buckets, lighting and such. He usually packs it in a large crate. Come to think of it, I'll need somewhere to store it.
You're welcome to use the alley behind the inn for any such bulky items.
Is it safe to do such a thing? My equipment is valuable. Or, that sounds capital. Thank you. I don't see what the alternative is.
Is it safe to do such a thing?
I can assure you the local folk are not thieves, Miss Bateman.
That's not what I...
Now, say nothing more of it.
Thank you, Stanley.
I'll let you get on with your day.
I'll be back with my assistant when he arrives.
Miss Bateman?
Yes?
I've something I wish to get off my chest, as it were. I've been tossing and turning all night, Miss Bateman. I feel rotten, I really do.
What on earth are you talking about?
As you know, I like to run an honest establishment. And well, I have not been honest with you, lass. I do know of Hobbs Barrow.
You do?
I do. Many here do. There are stories tied to that place, you know. If I've learned anything in this life, it's that some stones are best left unturned. Old Leonard Shoulder is someone to be wary of too. I can't tell you what to do, lass, but you'd best avoid him.
Why lie to me about Hobbs Barrow?
I know, lass, I know. I feel dreadful.
But why? What are these stories you speak of?
I really can't tell you more. If you insist on visiting that place, you'll have to seek out Mr. Shoulder. He brought you here. He should be the one to tell you.
I must say, Mr. Kemp, this is all quite puzzling. I've never let local superstitions stop me in the past. I pride myself on being a woman of logic and reason. I've no time to waste on such matters.
As I say, seek out Mr. Shoulder. He can tell you more.
But you told me to avoid him. Sending me mixed signals here, buddy. I don't think I'll press more about Hobbs Barrow because he doesn't sound like he wants to talk about it. For reasons.
Why must I be wary of Mr. Shoulder?
The man has a certain reputation.
For what?
You've seen it already. Were he here to meet you last night?
No.
Precisely. A man not to be trusted.
Where does Mr. Shoulder live?
I can't say for sure. As I think I told you last night, he's a quiet man and keeps to himself. He only comes in here to collect his post. Leads me to believe he lives a fair distance away. Certainly not in the village itself.
Might someone around Bewley be able to help me find him?
You could ask around. As I say, lass, Bewley folk mean well. Don't forget that.
All right, one more question about Hobbs Barrow, even though I kind of know what he'll say.
Where is Hobbs Barrow?
I don't know. I say that on my mother's grave, Miss Bateman.
I now find that hard to believe.
The moors are vast, lass. I'd tend not to go wandering out there. A grown man could lose himself and not be seen again.
I shall return later.
Good day to you, lass. Oh, if you see Herbert around here, be sure not to feed him.
Herbert?
A local stray cat. He comes in now and then searching for scraps. I'm sick of cleaning his vomit off the floor.
Quite. I'll be sure not to feed him.
Thank you.
Okay, note to self, do not feed Herbert. All right, let's go do some exploring and meet some more rude locals.
It seems I may be fighting a battle against some sort of local superstition. Is there a single barrow in England that doesn't have some ghastly tale attached to it? Hogwash. All of it. I've a few hours until Kenneth arrives. I should use this time to find Mr. Shoulder.
Map unlocked. All right, let's see. Where should I go next? Okay, I see. Why is it a big, huge picture of her eyeball? Strange. Very peculiar. We can go talk to this gentleman.
Looks like a rather shady character.
Yeah, but sometimes you have to talk to shady characters.
My name is Thomasina, and you are...
Now then, that's none of your concern, love.
He means well.
What do you do around here?
Hey up, you're not scared of sticking your neb in. I look after the churchyard. Dig the graves.
What can you tell me about the church?
Aye, it's a church.
Quite. Do you know a man named Leonard Shoulder?
I don't know out about no Leonard Shoulder.
What can you tell me about Hobbs Barrow?
Not to be found digging around in those things.
You know of local barrows, then?
Don't concern yourself.
What can you tell me about Bewley?
Not much around here, love. Not worth mentioning to you, like.
I see. Goodbye.
Thanks. You've been most helpful.
These flowers look pretty.
Alright, I heard somebody yawning. Just gonna check back in the alley here again. Nothing's changed. Right now, I think we'll keep to the square. And then once we kind of discover everything, maybe we'll be able to explore a little bit more. So, child and mom playing together. We'll talk to the mom first instead of addressing the child, because that would just be weird.
Good day.
Hello, miss.
My name is Thomasina. What's yours?
Betty.
Nice to meet you, Betty. What are you up to?
My brother is practicing his sword fighting technique. I'm to watch him until he tires himself out.
I'm tireless!
This time last month it were all about his teaspoon collection. This month it's swords.
Do you know a man named Leonard Shoulder?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
She's lying. Obviously, you can tell by the tone in her voice.
What do you know of Hobbs Barrow?
Our parents don't like us talking to strangers, miss.
So you know of it?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Goodbye.
Bye, miss.
Alright, now maybe we can talk to...
Hello.
Yes?
My name is Thomasina. What's yours?
Douglas?
It's a pleasure to meet you, Douglas. That's a great sword technique you have.
Thanks, miss. Mr. Crozier's gonna make me a real one when I turn 12. I'm preparing myself to fight the lantern worm.
What is the Lambton worm?
It's gonna come back and get us all. John Lambton thought he killed it at the River Ware, but my father told me it still lives. We must all be prepared.
The Lambton worm isn't real, Douglas. Father just told you that to get you out of his hair.
Not true. I saw it slithering out by the beck. Like a giant eel it were. I ran home so fast I thought I would fly.
Sorry, miss. My brother has a vivid imagination.
Children often do at his age.
I'll keep training. You will all thank me when I thrust my sword deep into its fat belly.
Douglas, this lady doesn't want to hear your nonsense.
No, I do.
Do you like living in Bewley?
Yeah, I do. Are you from the city?
I'm from a long way away.
You must have come on the train. I love watching all the steam puff up into the sky.
Have you been on the train yourself?
No, miss. Our parents don't have the money for train tickets. Father says we have all we need here in Bewley.
Perhaps this nice lady would like to take you away with her on the train.
No, I need to stay and protect Bewley from the Lambton worm.
Do you know a man called Leonard Shoulder?
That's a funny name.
Have you heard of Hobbs Barrow?
What's that?
A local burial mound.
Our parents don't let us wander far from the village.
What's a burial mound?
Don't you mind about that, Douglas?
Who's Mr. Crozier?
He's a blacksmith. His forge is just over there on the other side of the square.
Don't you think 12 years of age is a little young for a real sword?
I'll be a master swordsman by then.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, miss.
Quite a fine building indeed. I don't think anyone is home. The door has been boarded up. The building looks like a ruin. The sign is in a shabby state, but the shop appears to be a cobbler's. No one here.
Or maybe they are home and they just don't want to answer the door because they don't like strangers. That's one I'm going to go with.
I don't think anyone is home. The bucket has seen better days. The bucket is rusty and full of holes. The blacksmith is toiling away. Good day.
Yes?
Mr. Crozier, I presume.
Aye, George Crozier, at your service.
My name is Thomasina.
Aye, can I help you?
Are you a Bewley native, Mr. Crozier?
Aye, born and bred. That's where my father's forge before mine.
How is business faring?
I do an honest trade. There'll always be horses needing shoes and farmers needing tools. You let me know if you need out made or mended. I'll do you a fair price.
Thank you, Mr. Crozier. Do you know a man by the name of Leonard Shoulder?
Oh, aye. Old Leonard.
Have you seen him recently?
No, not recently.
Do you know where he lives?
Why all these questions, lass?
I need to speak with him. He invited me to Bewley.
Oh, he'll turn up. I've seen him in the plough and furrow from time to time.
But do you know where he lives? I need to find him.
I believe he lives somewhere out on the moors. Can't tell you out more than that.
Thank you, Mr. Crozier. Do you know of a local landmark named Hobbs Barrow?
There's a fair many barrows found out on the moors, lass. Too many to put a name to. Not a soul in Bewley pays them any mind.
What can you tell me about Bewley?
We don't get many visitors here, outside of market days. But there's plenty of work for the village blacksmith. Where are you from, then?
I arrived yesterday on the train from London, by way of Derby.
Oh, aye. I've heard about London.
What have you heard?
Plenty of factories there.
Yes, indeed. The city is always changing and moving forward.
Too busy for me, though, lass. I prefer a quieter pace. Aye.
When do market days run in Bewley?
Once or twice a month. The next one is tomorrow.
How delightful.
Unless your vice is cabbages, there'll be naught to interest a young lady.
I don't mind a cabbage.
Then you're in luck.
Thanks for your time.
Aye. Speak to you later.
I have one just like this. I have one just... A fantastic specimen. A simple broom. I didn't come to Bewley to... The blacksmith is right here. I've no need to go inside.
All right, so I think we can go ahead and head on over to the church. Trowel.
The trusty trowel, the barrow digger's best friend.
You pick that up?
Excuse me, do you think anyone would mind if I borrowed this trowel?
You help yourself, dear. Father Roach won't mind lending it. Just be sure to put it back when you're finished.
Of course, thank you.
It is more blessed to give than to receive.
Of course.
In memory of Romeo Hegg, dearly missed by his beloved Juliet. In memory of Henry Crozier. In memory of Millicent Smith. In memory of Benjamin Garkham. In memory of Mabel Hurst. In memory of William Ager. In memory of Peter Black. In memory of Percival Roach.
Percival, now that's a name.
In memory of Barnaby Tillett. In memory of George Paxton.
Hello. Good day. Would you like to buy one of these cakes, pet?
What kind of cakes do you have?
I have some lovely Bakewell puddings. The sweetest marriage of almond and jam. I can tell you're not from around here, because if you were, you would know about my Bakewell puddings. They are quite famous.
Alas, I'm not carrying any money with me.
That's unfortunate, pet. I'm sorry, I can't give them away for free. The money goes to the church, you see, and one cannot shirk one's duty to the church.
I understand. My name is Thomasina. What's yours?
Mrs. de Plancy.
A pleasure to meet you, Mrs. de Plancy.
Likewise, pet.
Tell me about yourself, Mrs. de Plancy.
About me? What would you possibly want to know about me? I have been attending St. Edmund's Church my whole life. I always want to help where I can, so I sell my baked goods, and all the proceeds go to its upkeep. This place means so much to me.
What can you tell me about St. Edmund's Church?
Isn't it the finest building? It's been standing here since the 12th century. The box pews in the nave are very fine and date back to the 17th century. The door is open if you'd like to worship.
Thank you, Mrs. de Plancy. Do you know a local man called Leonard Shoulder?
Yes, I know Leonard.
What was that? Look.
What do you have with him?
It's a long story, but I'm trying to find where he lives.
I'm afraid I don't know, dear. Father Roach has access to the parish register. He might be able to help you.
What can you tell me about Father Roach?
He is a lovely man and an exemplary servant of the Lord. He's been the vicar of St. Edmund's for many years.
Where can I find Father Roach?
At this time of day, he'll be taking his exercise in Herne Wood, to the west of the village.
Thank you. I'll go find him.
Be sure to listen out for his merry whistling. Such a jolly man.
I'm not really interested in about her cakes. But maybe if I butter her up, she'll be more willing to give me information.
Your cakes look delicious.
I can assure you they are. You'll not find better in the entire county.
What do you know of Hobbs Barrow?
Hobbs what?
Hobbs Barrow, a local burial mound.
The only place of burial I know about and care for is in this very churchyard.
Thank you for your time.
Lord be with you.
I'm not interested in cakes at the moment. What do we have around here? That's just an exit.
This leads to the church tower, I presume. The doors look weathered, but have stood the test of time.
We'll just take a look into the church, if we can.
Goodness me, look at these box pews. I've never seen any as tall as that before. Most unusual architecture, even for the Normans. Those have seen better days. A memorial list of former vicars. They stretch back several hundred years. Extraordinary craftsmanship.
Oh,
Is that a necklace?
don't mind if I do.
Someone has left a necklace hanging here. A silver cross. Sterling by the look of it. Maybe I can reunite it with its owner. I've no time for such things. Stained glass depictions of various biblical scenes. It's not my specialist area. I think this might be genuine sterling silver.
I know what we're going to use that for. We're going to use that, melt it down into silver bullets or some kind of silver weapon to fight werewolves. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
The pews are contained within compartments that can be locked. I've seen a similar design in other Norman churches around England, but this is a particularly impressive example.
Let's go check out the church tower.
It's locked.
Will my key work?
I can't see how that will help me.
No, of course not. That's okay. On to the right, past the flowers.
Here lies Margaret Tillett, beloved mother, wife, and sister. John Purchase, dearly beloved husband of Florence. Forever in light, Anne Kemp.
I'm just going through all these just because who knows, it might be a name of somebody that's important to the story. It might be canon.
Joseph Davis. Samuel Bryden. Death is only a shadow across the path to heaven. Here lies Elizabeth Farnaby. William Paxton. Modest and gentle of heart. This appears to be a recently dug, unmarked grave.
Let's use the trowel.
I may be a barrow digger, but I am no grave robber.
Is there anything else we can investigate here? Nope. So we'll walk around.
Margaret's Lookout. I wonder who Margaret is, or was. A fine spot to take a rest.
sit quietly and just take in the scenes. Out of nothing so far.
The locals might be alarmed if I dismantle their cairn. I've seen cairns like this all over England, quite common.
There you keep walking.
The moors continue for miles in this direction. I don't wish to lose my way.
Okay, so that's as far as the game will let us go. And we'll just head on back the way we came. Will she leave or no?
I'd better not touch them. They could be poisonous. I'm not sure if these are poisonous.
Poisonous or edible. Sorry, I kind of clicked a little bit too fast there. Houses.
The moors stretch into the distance. I don't wish to wander aimlessly.
Okay. Good to know. Oh, whistling. Father Roach. He must have ate the mushrooms. Oh, yuck.
Very sorry. Oh, the shame. This malaise will not pass. Oh, the nausea. I need your help, young lady.
Tell me what you need.
Let the blood from my arm.
Excuse me?
Cut me. I beg you.
He's definitely sky high on mushrooms. Oh, Vicar?
Are you sure this is the only way, Father?
I beg you. It's the only cure for this torturous malady.
Are you sure?
I beg it's the only...
Vomit. Let's look at the
I
vomit.
to look too closely.
Maybe we can give him the cross, as he looks like a man of the cloth.
I don't think it's sharp enough.
Really, we're gonna do that?
The trowel's blade is dull and rusted. I need something that will provide a cleaner cut.
She's actually gonna do this. Oh, spectacles? I saw something.
The vicar's spectacles lie broken on the forest floor.
Maybe what he needs is his glasses, because his vision's all blurry.
Ouch! The broken lens is extremely sharp.
Oh gosh. What do you think, fam? Do you think we give him the glasses? Okay, we can probably use the glove on the glasses to protect our hand.
Perhaps I shouldn't risk soiling this glove until I find its owner.
Fair enough. The handkerchief?
This handkerchief was a gift from my mother. I hope she will understand. This should work.
Oh, gosh. All right. No, 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 no. That feels wrong. Because what if he cuts himself and like hits an artery, and then he bleeds out? Then the town, which is already rude in the first place, is just going to hate me for helping end this dude's life. I'm gonna keep going.
Don't leave. You must help me.
Really? Bro, you don't need. Oh,
Don't leave. You must help me.
okay, fine. Please don't.
Are you sure you want me to do this?
Yes, it will cure me of my ills.
Permanently.
I shall do as you ask, Father.
Thomasina.
Thank the Lord for my spare pair. God bless you. I already feel quite better.
I'm glad, Father.
The rapid healing properties of bloodletting cannot be overstated. I'm Frederick Roach, vicar of St. Edmund's Church.
My name is Thomasina Bateman. It's a pleasure to meet you.
All right, we'll begin the interview process.
Are you feeling better?
Yes, thank you.
What ails you, Father Roach?
I just ate a rotten berry, that's all.
He's
I
lying.
like to pick blackberries for my supper, you see. They are quite delicious, as long as you mind the bramble. My apologies again. I wish we had met in different circumstances.
Are you from Bewley originally?
I was born in our very own St. Edmunds. It's quite the story.
Do tell.
My mother was sheltering there as a frightful tempest raged. And lo, did her waters break right there and then in that pew.
One could say that you were born into your role, Father.
Indeed. When my mother told me the story as a young boy, I knew that this was my calling.
St. Edmund's is a fine building.
Thank you for saying so. It's hard work keeping her in good shape, but our congregation is always willing to lend a hand in the Lord's name.
What is it like being the vicar here?
Every day is a blessing, my child. I have a great love for our parish, and the Lord looks after us.
What about your congregation?
Numbers have fallen over the years, I must say. But those that remain are faithful and full of His Spirit.
Dare I ask about Mr. Leonard Shoulder? I do.
I'm looking for Mr. Leonard Shoulder.
Oh, yes? Are you a relative?
No, it's a long story, but he invited me to Bewley.
And he didn't tell you his address?
He was to meet me last night at the Plough and Furrow, but he never came.
I see. Well, let me welcome you to Bewley on his behalf.
Thank you, Father. Do you know where Mr. Shoulder lives?
Let me think. It's been many moons since I've paid him a visit.
Perhaps you could allow me to take a look at the parish register.
No need. I remember it now. A fair hike across the moors.
Could you please give me directions?
I'll take you there myself. It's the least I can do after you aided me so.
Capital. Thank you.
Capital.
Just let me know when you're ready to pay him a visit. I'll be resting here for the time being.
What do you know of Hobbs Barrow?
I can't say I've heard of it.
It's supposedly a famous local landmark.
I'm afraid I know nothing about it.
He's lying. They're all lying.
What can you tell me about Bewley?
It's a quiet town. The railway line, which I presume you arrived by, is the only news of note we've had here for years.
I've heard the new station has received a mixed reaction.
I've heard many a debate, it's true. But my role is not to adjudicate on that matter. I'm very busy in my own work, you see.
So are we ready to go to Mr. Shoulder's house, or shall we explore just a little bit more? I'm not. There's still one area in the town that I think I might want to look at first. It's the direction we followed that man, and she's like, it's too dark, and I don't want to go wandering last night during the fog and the rain. I'll come back.
Thank you for your time.
Lord be with you.
I'm not going near it. It smells disgusting.
It smells like hot sick.
No doubt home to many a woodland creature. I've no desire to go rooting about in there.
Can we go down here?
I shall see you later this evening, gents. Well, I say. Greetings, my dear.
Hello, sir.
A pause on your beauty, for I shall see you again soon.
Wait! Some nerve.
Lady, you're blushing.
I most certainly am not.
Oh no. She's down bad already.
The men look like they've spent many a long day exposed to the harsh moorland weather.
Sorry, lass. No way through here today.
I'm not gonna say let me pass.
Says who?
Lord Panswick. Now get back before you find yourself under a falling tree.
Okay, a bunch more.
My name is Thomasina Bateman.
Oh, aye? You're not from round here, Thomasina Bateman.
No, just visiting. What is your name, sir?
Horace.
Are you in charge here?
I am indeed.
Tell me, who was that arrogant man here just now?
Just someone passing by.
It sounded like you knew him better than that.
I don't mean to be disrespectful, but that's none of your business.
What are you doing here?
What does it look like I'm doing? We're chopping down trees.
There is no need to be sarcastic.
We're employed by Lord Panswick. He's ordered us to gather logs from his woods. That's what we're doing.
These are his woods.
Aye, his lordship owns most of the land round Beoley.
Lord Panswick,
Who is
huh?
Lord Panswick?
Our governor.
He's the governor of the whole town.
All right, Owen, back to work now.
He lives in Bewley.
Aye, not far away, but his lordship doesn't like questions or visitors. Now please leave us to our work.
Do you know a man named Leonard Shoulder?
No, I don't. Can you let me get back to my work now?
In a minute, sir. I have a couple of questions.
Have you heard of a place called Hobbs Barrow?
Can't say I have.
Why are you gathering logs for Lord Panswick?
By heck, you ask a lot of questions. If you must know, his lordship is repairing an old ruin on his land. We need the timber for the restoration work.
How intriguing. What type of ruin is Lord Panswick restoring?
An old chapel.
I should rather like to see it.
Not possible. His lordship does not welcome visitors to his estate.
Thanks for your time.
We'll be done by tomorrow morning. Come back then if you want to explore the woods.
Now, will these other men have...
I'll let him get on with his work.
Thank you.
I'll let him get on with his work.
Okay. So we can't go through this way, so we have to go back the way we came. Just real quick. Anything? No. And I doubt we'll be able to go this way. Oh, we can. Okay.
The water is icy cold. Damp rag dolls have been laid out to dry in the dreary sun. Good day, little one. What's your name?
Hello, miss. I'm Jane and this is my brother Wally.
Lovely to meet you. I'm Thomasina.
I'd introduce you to my dolls, but they're drying out at the moment.
This is a lovely little beck.
It's where we get our water, miss. It's good for drinking and cleaning.
Your dolls look lovely, Jane.
Thank you, miss. I love them very much. Today was their bath day.
Do you know an old man called Leonard Shoulder?
No, miss.
Have you heard of a place called Hobbs Barrow?
Jane! No, miss.
Are you sure?
I swear.
Oh no.
Bye, miss.
Will the boy tell us anything?
Hello, Wally.
Yeah?
My name's Thomasina. How are you?
Go away!
He's very wary of us. Maybe we should have spoken to him first. I don't think that would have made much of a difference. I'll bet he shuts down.
Do you know a man called Leonard Shoulder?
No?
Have you heard of a place called Hobbs Barrow?
No?
What do you know about Lord Panswick?
I heard he owns the whole county.
Have you met him?
No, he lives out on the moors somewhere. But everyone does what he tells them to.
Why's that?
Because he has a lot of money.
Goodbye.
So Lord Panswick appears to be a very powerful man.
Sweet little flowers.
Can I take one?
The delicate flowers smell rather sweet.
Alright, but did I take one? This is my question. Maybe I can use it to travel.
That's a peculiar idea.
Okay, no.
No, that's not it.
Oh, you know what? Maybe I could ask if anybody knows.
Do you recognize this glove?
She does.
No, sorry.
Hold on, why didn't that work?
Do you recognize this glove?
No?
Well, maybe the cross?
Is this yours?
No?
Is this yours?
I wish.
Alright, I doubt anything else would be useful here, so we'll go back and show the glove to the workers. Maybe it belongs to Lord Panswick?
Is this yours?
No.
Can we bother them to
I'm
look?
sure they would be interested.
Okay, no. How about the cross?
Is this yours?
No.
Oh, a squirrel.
No, that's... Do you recognize this glove?
Fine stitching. Fine stitching indeed. An item of some considerable taste.
Indeed.
But I'm afraid I don't recognize it. Why do you ask?
Never mind.
Maybe it belongs to Lord Panswick. That's why. A man of the cloth. This will definitely be his, right?
I found this necklace inside the church. Do you know who it belongs to?
Many in our congregation wear such things. I'll announce it at the next service.
Do you mind if I keep hold of it until then?
Not at all.
I shan't be dragging any of my possessions through that mess.
Okay, to the right, there is nothing but open fields and a cairn. I think that's what she called it.
I don't think anyone is home.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be getting anybody to answer these doors. But we must try.
Bugger off!
Ah,
Ooh.
the unmistakable charm of old Cyril.
Cereal. Now for some detective work.
Recognize this glove?
No. Should I?
Never mind. Is this yours?
No, not mine.
It's all about
Excuse me?
trial and
This
error.
necklace inside the church. Is it yours?
No, Pet. Perhaps someone left it behind yesterday. You keep hold of it for now. I'll ask around at the next service.
Are you sure?
I trust you.
Very good. What about the glove?
Do you recognize this glove?
No, Pet.
Never mind.
Okay.
Do you recognize this glove?
Sorry, I don't.
Is this yours?
Oh, that's beautiful. I'd never be allowed such a pretty thing.
Do you recognize this?
I don't have any gloves.
Do you recognize this?
No, miss.
I doubt the child would be of any help. Does this bring me anywhere? Knock, knock. Bugger off. That's exactly what I would do if I was in a strange town or I didn't know anybody. I'll just go knocking on everybody's door. So I cannot go that way.
Do you recognize this glove?
What are you showing me that for? Does it look like I'd wear something like that?
Is this yours?
What do you think?
Nope, I didn't want to go back there. Nope. Wanted to take a right.
Nobody home. The road disappears over the horizon. I see nothing but moorland.
one last stop before, okay, the bartender is not there.
I must say, last night has rather put me off using these toilets. I don't wish to burn that.
Yeah, I don't want to burn anything else either, so I guess we are ready to go back to the vicar and ask him to bring us to, what was his name? Leonard Shoulder? He was this way, I believe. Memory serves. All right. Oh, I didn't ask him about Lord Panswick yet?
What do you know of Lord Panswick?
Oh, yes. A rather important fellow around here. His vast land holdings give many a steady employment.
I hear he is renovating an old chapel on his land.
Aye, I've heard such reports. He believes this to be a godless land, something I wholeheartedly disagree with. To which god his chapel will be dedicated to remains a matter of concern.
Why do you say that?
Oh, my apologies. Don't listen to my oafish conjecture. Let us move on.
Maybe he's a cultist. All right, let's go to Mr. Shoulder's house.
I'm ready to go to Mr. Shoulder's house.
Excellent. I feel the fresh air will do me well. Follow me.
Good morning, Father.
Good morning, Mrs. Duplancy. Mrs. Duplancy, this is Thomasina Bateman, a visitor to our parish.
We've already had the pleasure of meeting, Father.
Excellent. Miss Bateman, don't hesitate to try one of Mrs. Duplancy's wonderful cakes.
Yes, I've heard about her famous Bakewell puddings.
I'll be here all day, young lady. But remember, once they're gone, they're gone. Those little whelps have already gobbled up all the gingerbread.
You are doing God's work, Mrs. Duplancy.
He smiles upon us, Father.
Miss Bateman, if you'd like to follow me.
Oh, goodness.
Let's talk of graves, of worms, and epitaphs.
No.
Make dust our paper, and with rainy eyes, write sorrow on the bosom of the earth. Let's choose executors and talk of wills.
Shakespeare?
Quite. Which play?
Hamlet. That's the only one I know. Hamlet.
Hamlet?
Magnificent guess, Miss Bateman, but I'm afraid that passage is from Richard II. Studying the work of the bard is one of my favorite pastimes. Follow me. Behold, the vast expanse of God's creation. The moors extend as far as the mortal eye can see. Beautiful, is it not?
Indeed, the moors are beautiful.
The beauty of God's creation is that it takes so many forms. How can one take in such a view and not have faith? Some look at these moors and think this a godless land. But I tell you, he is found in all domains. The Lord's work is all about us. Tell me, Miss Bateman, do you believe in God?
Oh, boy. Oh, come on, man. Okay. Well, I think he seems like a sensible man. So if I tell the truth, it shouldn't be that big of an issue. But I mean, to me, it just seems improper to lie to a man of the clout. I'm gonna tell the truth.
I was brought up Anglican. The church was an important part of my early life, Father Roach. But what happened to my father eventually made me question things.
If you don't mind me asking, my child, what happened to your father?
He had an accident when I was very young.
A flashback, back.
Come along now, Thomasina. Let's get out of the rain. Remember what I told you, all right? Be a good girl. People are unwell here. They don't want to hear you running about making noise. Understood?
Yes, Mother.
Good. And don't annoy the nurses.
I promise I won't.
Good. Now, let's see your father.
Wherever this place is, it does not seem like an appropriate place for a child.
Mummy is crying. Mummy? Mummy?
Right,
Daddy is sleeping. Daddy, wake up!
Good evening, Mr. Bateman. Hello, little one. You must be Thomasina?
Yes.
My name is Nurse Blaketon. I just need to talk to your mummy for a little bit. I'm sorry to disturb you, Mrs. Bateman. Mrs. Bateman?
Will he ever talk again, Nurse Blaketon?
The doctor is uncertain, Mrs. Bateman. There is the possibility that Mr. Bateman won't regain any movement at all. But we will do our utmost to look after Mr. Bateman here at Ticehurst, ma'am. He will have a nurse by his side at all times, I can assure you.
What sort of god would allow this fate to befall such a kind and honest man?
I'm sorry to hear this. God moves in mysterious ways, but he loves us all. Come along now.
Hello? She scampered off in a hurry. Who was that?
Some primitive folk make their home out on the moors. I suggest you keep your wits about you when you are exploring, and don't stray too far from Bewley.
I see. How much farther to Mr. Shoulder's house?
Still quite a walk, I'm afraid, but we'll get to him soon enough. Now then, take a look at this. Legend has it that this cairn has stood here for over 1,000 years.
How remarkable.
The Devil's Toe.
I beg your pardon?
That's what it's called. The Devil's Toe.
Oh, I see.
Come now, onward.
We walked and walked across that vast, featureless landscape. All the while, Father Roach was whistling away merrily. Just as I had begun to wonder if we were hopelessly lost, a building emerged from the mist. Mr. Shoulder's cottage.
Here we are, Miss Bateman. Unless my memory fails me completely, this is Mr. Leonard Shoulder's house.
Thank you for your help, Father Roach.
Now, no need to thank me after your providential assistance today. However, I have something to ask you.
Yes?
Please don't tell Mrs. Duplancy about my little scene in the woods. She will only fret. The poor dear woman has enough on her mind as it is.
I shan't mention it.
Thank you. You'd better see if Mr. Shoulder is in.
All right, you aren't going to leave me now, are you? Because this is out in the middle of nowhere. So, like, if I go in and I come back out and you're gone, what then? Oh, gosh. This chair's become quite uncomfortable.
Mr. Shoulder? Is Thomasina Bateman here? I'm here in Bewley as discussed.
Maybe try again. His hearing probably isn't the best at his age.
Mr. Shoulder, are you home? It appears Mr. Shoulder is not at home.
Damn.
Curses.
Oh,
You could try the handle.
It's locked. This key doesn't fit here.
I know. I thought I'd try.
I'm rather fond of this colour. Perhaps Mr. Shoulder and I share similar taste.
No sign of life.
None. The window is nice and clean. The dwelling is by no means abandoned. A sweet little hen, plump and well groomed.
I always thought it'd be kind of cool to own chickens.
A sweet little hen, plump and well groomed.
My wife tells me that they are good at, if you have ticks, they're good for eating up the ticks. And we all know that I hate ticks.
I've no desire to lug a block of wood about the countryside. This must provide a charming view across the moor. A pair of thick woolen trousers. A woolen undergarment.
A glove.
That glove looks familiar. I wonder if it matches the glove I found behind the plough and furrow. That glove looks... I wonder if...
Okay, let's compare.
The gloves are a pair. Does this mean Mr. Shoulder was in the alley last night? Why didn't he come inside to see me?
Perhaps he's gone for a stroll.
Possibly.
I'd suggest you call back later, my child. I myself must make my way back home. I have some matters to attend to at the church. Shall I accompany you back to Bewley?
Mm-hmm. Okay, here's where we are. No, you go ahead, Father. Thank you. I'd like to look around further. Or, let's go. I'm ready to leave. Now, Thomasina does not seem like the type who would just be like, yeah, I'm ready to go. I've come all this way to meet Mr. Shoulder. It's okay, let's leave. No, I feel like her character would investigate further, even though she'll be left alone out in the middle of nowhere by herself, apparently. So we'll just go with that.
No, you go ahead, Father. Thank you.
As you wish. Farewell, Miss Bateman. I hope Mr. Shoulder finds his way to you.
Thank you for your help, Father Roach.
My pleasure. Parting is such sweet sorrow.
Okay,
Romeo and Juliet.
Correct. That I shall say good night till it be morrow. Lord be with you.
Well, Mr. Shoulder, you've brought me to Bewley, and now you're nowhere to be found.
Absolutely rude.
I've come a long way to meet you, Mr. Shoulder. Please open the door. Mr. Shoulder continues to prove himself elusive.
2 more times and then we'll call it good.
Mr. Shoulder continues to...
Okay, so it'll just keep repeating. Can I pick up a chicken and take a chicken with me?
You're a sweet little thing, aren't you?
Can I pick this one up?
He looks much too unruly to be picked up. You're a sweet little thing, aren't you?
Okay. Light a match and set his house on fire. No. No, that just would be wrong. I guess we'll...
As I trudged back to Bewley across those cold moors, I made a new resolution. I would find Hobbs Barrow myself, with or without Mr. Shoulder. The train! That must be Kenneth. I should go and meet him at the station.
All right, let's go. Okay, I just have to remember how to get back to the station. This is town. I could have sworn this was the way, like through, and then straight back this way.
Where is Kenneth?
For reals, what's going on? Where are these people?
He was supposed to wait for me at the station.
Oh, Arthur Tillett.
Mr. Tillett, where did you go last night?
Have we met?
Last night at the Plough and Furrow.
Oh, Miss Bateman. I were blind drunk last night and woke up with a stinking headache.
You still smell like a brewery.
Sorry.
You went to use the lavatory and never came back, Mr. Tillett. I searched everywhere for you.
I think I remember you bought me a drink. Then it's all a blur. I woke up in my bed this morning with my wife sour at me for waking her at some ungodly hour.
All right, let's have a nice little conversation here. All right, right now it is 6 a.m. And I am feeling tired, I'm not going to lie, but I can't go to bed now because my wife and children are still sleeping. If I do that, I'll wake them. I don't really want to wake them up. So we're going to continue playing probably until about 7. And we'll see how we're feeling around that time. All right. So yeah, we'll continue.
About last night. What were you going to tell me about Leonard Shoulder?
Who?
Leonard Shoulder. You told me you knew him. And promised to tell me more if I bought you a drink. Which I did. So what were you going to tell me?
Oh, I don't really know the old bugger.
But you said you did.
Oh, aye. No, I know naught about him. No, naught about Leonard Shoulder.
He must have gotten a talking to from Mr. Shoulder, hence the glove. All right, if you say so, maybe he's telling the truth, or I don't believe you. He is hiding something. Again, I feel like her character would not believe him, so we're going to go with that.
You're hiding something, Mr. Tillett. I don't believe you.
I say a lot of things when I've got the drink in me. I probably just wanted you to buy me an ale.
A likely story.
Fair.
What would I gain from lying to you? I just wanted another drink.
Even if that's the case, it doesn't explain your disappearance.
I don't remember out.
About last night. You really don't remember where you went last night?
As I say, it's all a blur. I remember needing a piss, then nothing. Well, you must have missed me when I came out.
I did not. I even went to the gents' toilets to find you.
Oh, aye. A sight for sore eyes.
It was. I checked everywhere, and you were nowhere to be found. The back door leading to the alleyway was blocked from the outside.
Oh, aye?
Yes. You must have exited through that door, Mr. Tillett.
But you just said it were blocked.
There must be an explanation.
My mind has drawn a blank.
Why was the door blocked? Did you block it?
I told you I don't remember.
Easy, Thomasina.
Remember nout.
All right, so I'm gonna continue asking my questions. I just hope that I don't get him all riled up, so he just completely shuts down. And then maybe at the end of the conversation, I can show him the glove. Maybe he'll have some sort of reaction to that.
I found Mr. Shoulder's house, but he wasn't home.
Don't worry, you'll find him.
How's your headache faring?
It feels like a steam engine is driving full pelt in a circle around me skull.
Be sure to drink plenty of water, Mr. Tillett.
Aye. I'll survive.
So, you work here?
Aye. Bewley Station Master at your service. Would you like to buy a ticket?
Not just yet, thank you. I understand that some of the locals are not too happy about this new station.
Aye. I'd go as far as saying the whole village.
How long has the station been open for?
About 3 months. We're on the Midland Railway line. This employment's been a saviour for me. If I weren't stood here, I'd be drinking my life away at the pub right now. It's worth the occasional withering look from Cyril and the rest of them.
What does a station master do?
A bit of this and a bit of that. I don't wish to bore you with such things.
As you wish.
My responsibilities here keep me on the straight and narrow, I'll tell you that much. A sense of duty can do wonders for a lost soul.
Indeed. This must be a rather lonesome post to occupy.
Trains pass through here more regularly than you might think, lass.
I'm looking for my assistant, Kenneth.
Oh, aye?
His train has arrived.
Not a single soul disembarked the last train, Miss Bateman.
Impossible. Was that not the midday train from London by way of Derby?
Aye, it were. Mr. Price were here, unloaded a few crates.
But no Kenneth.
Not a soul. Hold on. One of them crates had your name on it, Miss Bateman. A great big one it were, with...
A red ribbon.
Aye.
What is Kenneth playing at, sending my equipment but not himself? Curses.
The cultist dude may be behind this, and he stopped him. Big brain thinking.
crate now?
Mr. Price took away all the crates on his cart.
Who?
Mr. Price, he's the postmaster.
Price. Who is Price again? Postmaster.
Where can I find Mr. Price?
He lives above the storeroom, just north of the plough and furrow. You'll see it. There's a Royal Mail plaque on the wall.
Thank you. Where can I find him?
He lives above. You'll see.
Thank you.
Okay. Lord Panswick, that's who I was talking about. He's behind this.
Can you tell me about Lord Panswick?
Oh, you've heard of his lordship then?
Yes. Do you know him?
Aye. He comes into the village from time to time, gives sweets to the children, hires young men to work his land. He's well liked around here.
I sense some hesitation, Mr. Tillett.
Well, we kind of have an unspoken agreement with his lordship. He looks after us, provided we leave him alone.
I don't follow.
He likes his privacy.
Some people do.
No one is allowed to visit him.
Do you mean to say that he's a bit eccentric?
No. I've heard people got fired at when approaching his manor uninvited.
Good grief. But is this true?
Well, I won't be the one to find out.
I'm looking for Hobbs Barrow.
Hobbs Barrow.
It's why Leonard Shoulder invited me to Bewley. He thought I might like to excavate it.
Oh, aye. I heard about a Hobbs Barrow somewhere out there. There's some old stories around it.
What stories?
I can't remember.
Mr. Tillett, please. This is important.
I'm awfully sorry, Miss Bateman. I'll try to remember. If he invited you here, then I'm sure Mr. Shoulder will tell you all about it.
That's if I ever get to meet him.
I'm sure you will.
Farewell for now.
Ta-ra!
Mr. Tillett is right there.
Alright, I guess that's it for this area here. Actually, I can show that's what.
To give that away.
Well, I wasn't gonna give it away. I was just gonna show it to him. How about the cross?
Is this yours?
I don't wear out fancy like that.
The answer is no. Okay, so that's just shows the hot spots. Kitty. Nasty kitty. Oh, there's Mr. Cereal.
Good day to you, Cyril.
How do, lass?
What are you up to, Cyril?
Keeping an eye on that bleeding railway station. That's what. Thankfully, no one got off the last train.
Really hate that station, don't you?
Oh, I curse Midland Railway for bringing their damn line through Bewley. This is our town, our land. 'Tis no place for outsiders.
So you keep saying.
Anyway, no more trains today. Almost time to celebrate with an ale, I think.
I could do with one myself.
You paying?
So I probably should not have bought Arthur that beer. But we won't dwell on such things.
I found Mr. Shoulder's house today, but he wasn't home.
Why the bleeding hell should I care?
I'm looking for Hobbs Barrow. Do you know where it is?
Mind your own business, lass.
Goodness
You
gracious.
are quite helpful, aren't you?
Bah.
Goodbye.
Ta-ra, lass.
Alright, so we should probably go look at the postmaster and
The sign is in a shabby state.
not there. So there is, was it this one?
think anyone.
Okay, no. What about back here?
That must be the postmaster's storeroom. Hello.
Good day. I haven't seen you in Bewley before.
I'm just visiting.
Lovely. It's nice to see a new face. We don't get many visitors. My name's Henry. Henry Long.
Nice to meet you, Henry. Thomasina Bateman.
Wonderful.
All right. So, Akira Olivia, thank you for the follow. Thank you very much. I hope you're enjoying the stream. Lots of exchanges here. So I'm not doing a terribly lot of talking, but yeah, I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Hope you are having a good night or morning wherever it is you are. Thank you for tuning in. All right, we'll get back to it.
You seem in a good mood, Mr. Long.
It's just lovely to see a new face. Where are you from, Miss Bateman?
All right, so basically I'm telling everybody about myself, which could be bad. Because everybody doesn't trust me. I shouldn't be so trustworthy of them. Because maybe I'll come across one bad actor. That's all it takes. It's one bad actor. Gosh. Thomasina doesn't seem like a liar, though. We'll just tell him.
Originally a small town on the outskirts of Derby, Mr. Long, though I currently reside in London.
London? I've never met anyone from London. How very exciting. Have you lived there a long time?
It's been quite a few years now, yes.
I've heard that the air there is so heavy with smoke, it makes it hard to breathe. Is that true?
Some days.
Oh, you must miss the fresh northern air. Well, you've got that in Bewley. No factories out here. Such things are a blight on his creation. I were born in this very home I stand in front of. Bewley is in my blood. Why would I ever want to leave? Especially now I can meet new folk thanks to the railway line.
I'm looking for Mr. Price, the postmaster.
I'm looking for Mr. Price, the postmaster.
Oh, Mr. Price, my lovely neighbour. I'm afraid you've just missed him.
Curses.
I saw him wheeling a large crate into his storeroom just there.
It must be mine. I really need it.
Have a look through the window to see if it's yours.
Where did Mr. Price go?
I don't know. The man were in a hurry. I know he has family in Bakewell.
That's miles away. Did he leave by foot?
No, by horse. He must be a few miles down the road by now.
Curses. When will Mr. Price be back?
He didn't say. Could be tonight, could be a few days.
How infuriating.
I told him I'd keep watch of his storeroom, and I'm a man of my word, Miss Bateman. I shall not budge from this spot.
Do you know a man named Leonard Shoulder?
Aye, funny old fellow. I hear he lives way out on the moors somewhere.
Have you seen him recently?
No, not for a long while now that you mention it. Why do you ask?
It's a long story, but I was to meet him in Bewley. He invited me here.
Well, I must thank him when I see him for inviting such an enchanting young woman.
You flatter me, Mr. Long. I'm looking for Hobbs Barrow.
One of those old burial hills?
Yes. Do you know where it is?
Believe it or not, I haven't set foot on the moors since I were a child.
Why is that?
I've got all I need right here in Bewley. And we're all truly blessed with the railway station, which brings us lovely new faces.
Boy, he seems quite the opposite of the rest of the townsfolk. He's very cheerful. I don't think I can trust this man. Am I wrong in my thinking?
Your opinion of the railway station differs widely from your fellow townsfolk, Mr. Long. I've not met anyone particularly keen on it.
That railway line is the start of a new era for Bewley. Mark my words. There's much to protect here, but we need new blood. I hope that some of you visitors will actually stay here permanently.
Why is that?
So I have new friends to talk to. Some people here don't want any new friends. Cyril Farnaby, the miserable old sod, is the worst offender.
Ah, Cyril.
I've had the pleasure of meeting Cyril. He really dislikes the railway station.
Absolutely miserable he is. I've tried to convince him many times that the station will help Bewley. He just doesn't understand.
I met him last night in the Plough and Furrow.
Aye, the scene of our many debates. Blimey. I could go for an ale right now, actually.
Can I buy you a drink?
No, I don't have any money.
Wait, do you think Mr. Kemp will let me open a tab?
Perhaps. You could always ask him. I shouldn't leave anyway. Mr. Price is relying on me to keep watch of his storeroom.
Goodbye.
Don't be a stranger.
Yeah, I don't think you would want to start up a line of credit in a place like this, ma'am.
A warehouse.
Yes, so let's take a look in the window. That must be it
There's
right
my
there.
crate. Kenneth always ties a red ribbon to it. I can see an envelope tucked behind the ribbon. Perhaps it can help explain Kenneth's absence. I'm going to have to get in there. Royal Mail, Postmaster's Residence. This must be the local post office. Royal Mail, this must be the...
Yep, just repeats. Will this work? No.
This key won't fit here. It's for my room at the Plough and Furrow.
I know.
No, that won't achieve anything useful. I'm not sure what that would achieve. I'm not sure what...
Me neither. I'm just trying stuff. Okay. I guess I'll have to come back at a later time to get my stuff. We'll see what's going on in the Plough and Furrow. It looks like there are people here now. Maybe we can just look in on things and see. No, it doesn't look like my partner's here. Talk to the... I think his name's Stanley.
I'm sorry to ask this, Mr. Kemp, but could I please open a tab?
Still not in your purse?
I'm afraid not. My assistant hasn't arrived as planned, so I find myself in a bind. He must have put the money in my crate, which is currently being held in Mr. Price's storeroom.
Well, as you know, I run an honest establishment here, and I do trust you. So yes, I'll open an account for you, to be settled at the end of your stay.
Of course. Thank you, Mr. Kemp.
Now then, I'll be needing something of value as a deposit.
I thought you said you trusted me.
Aye, it's not personal, lass. One can never be too cautious.
It's just business. Maybe I can give him the cross, even though it does not belong to me.
I found Mr. Shoulder's home, thanks to the help of Father Roach.
Wonderful. So you've met our vicar then?
Yes, I did. An interesting character.
Indeed. So, did old Leonard apologise for his absence?
Not quite. He wasn't home.
What is that man playing at?
You tell me. I've decided to find Hobbs Barrow without Mr. Shoulder's aid.
Are you sure that's a wise idea, lass?
What other choice do I have? I have a feeling he is avoiding me. Do you know where I can find the barrow?
No, sorry. I say that on my mother's grave, Miss Bateman.
Yes, we've heard it before. Kenneth.
My assistant has not
Ah.
arrived as planned.
Oh, is everything all right?
I'm not entirely sure.
Am I to keep a room for him just in case?
If you could hold it for one more night, Mr. Kemp.
As you wish.
What can you tell me about Lord Panswick?
A most charming man, Miss Bateman. He looks after us here, a good fellow.
Where does he live?
Panswick Manor, on the moors. No visitors allowed. His lordship likes his privacy.
I think he's just going to repeat about what he'll need for opening a tab.
Can I open a tab again?
Leave me an item of value as a deposit. I'll give it back to you at the end of when it will be time to pay the piper.
Okay.
Goodbye.
See you soon.
I'm just going to go check on my room. Maybe there might be. Maybe there might be. Maybe there'll be something that has changed.
I've hung my dress inside. Aside from that, I've stored my case in there. A box within a... Jammed shut. The wood must have warped over the years.
Can I pry it open with this trowel?
The drawers don't open. I can't store anything in them even if I wanted to. A fine white glove, gents style. I found it in the...
Maybe pry it open with the sterling silver. Okay, she didn't even do anything.
The drawers don't open.
All right.
Painting of surprising quality. It portrays a rocky outcrop overlooking a vast moor. Perhaps a local landmark.
Maybe that's the devil's toe that Father Roach showed us.
A decorative plate depicting a goat.
All right, so it doesn't look like there's anything that's changed at this time in the bedroom. Do I really want to go in the bathroom again?
Say, last night...
No, she does not. She just says that she'd rather not. Now, I'm curious as to about this plate again.
Decorative plate. This one depicts a bull.
So why is the bull? Because these are all plates with different animals on. Why is this one of the bull pink?
The last orders bell. Savior of many a life.
Just gonna take a look at the hot spots here. Yep. Okay, let's get out of here. So now our mission has slightly changed to find the barrel on our own. And now there's Wally. Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Okay. Are you sure you don't know anything about Hobbs Barrow? I would very much like to find it.
No.
Goodbye.
No. And I can't. Yeah, so if I click out over here, she'll just go walk out there and be like, it's not a good idea. And then she'll turn back around. So we will forego that direction for now. Right, so trowel. What can I use the trowel with?
I don't think anyone is...
Right. Cart and a bucket.
The bucket is rusty and full of holes.
Maybe the conversation with her will change after I visited everybody else. Oh gosh, okay. Now we have to. Father Roach told us not to talk about the situation in the forest. I'll just see what she says.
Father Roach asked me not to discuss that with Mrs. Duplancy.
Right. So why isn't it an option? No, I'm not gonna ask. I don't want to betray his trust, even though that is freaking weird.
What do you know about Lord Panswick?
Wretched man. They say he is restoring a chapel near his manor. But for whom and to what god, I ask?
Is he a man of faith?
I've barely seen him set foot in St. Edmunds. It doesn't stop him from acting as our God-given ruler. Stay away from him, pet. Don't get yourself tangled up in local affairs.
I certainly don't intend to.
She doesn't know anything about Hobbs Barrow. So.
Thank you for your time.
Lord be with you.
We'll check the church again. Nothing new. We'll check the hotspots. And I've looked at everything in here. Can I take the flowers?
Have long since dried out. I don't want them.
Okay, fine. Bye-bye. This store's locked. Barking dog. I don't think we've heard that before. And I can't go any further. Just out of curiosity.
No, that won't work.
Okay.
I can walk through there.
All right, the barking dog is not this way. Maybe... dog back by the... Oh, now that Wally's gone, maybe this little girl will talk and tell us a little bit more.
Wally took Myrtle.
Pardon?
He took her and ran off. I hate him.
Is Myrtle one of your dolls?
Yes, my favorite. Mummy made her for me. She's so beautiful. Wally is the worst brother in the whole world.
Oh, now you don't mean that.
Why did your brother take Myrtle away?
He's just jealous because Daddy is letting me come with him to the market tomorrow. Wally thinks I'm Daddy's favorite, so he took Myrtle from me. What if he rips her to tatters? What if he feeds her to Mr. Bryden's goat?
Don't worry, Jane. I'm sure he wouldn't do such a thing. Where did your brother go?
I don't know. Home, maybe. But I have to wait here for Myrtle's friends to dry out.
Have you heard of a place called Hobbs Barrow?
I have, yes.
You have?
We aren't supposed to talk about it.
Why not?
Would you like to go there?
Yes, I would very much like to.
I'll tell you where it is if you find Myrtle for me.
You will?
Yes! But don't tell anyone about it or I'll be told off.
I promise.
Please find Myrtle first. I miss her.
I will. Where do you live?
Our home is on the other side of the village, miss. Maybe Wally went back there. Or maybe he's left her out on the moors. Poor Myrtle. I'm going to kick him so hard.
I know exactly where that is. I was just there a moment ago. Before we return to that spot. Okay, the vomit is gone. Father Rose's vom. Nothing. Have they finished excavating over here yet? Nope, they most certainly have not. nobody home, I'm sure, but
I don't think anyone is home.
I would hate myself if I didn't try. Actually, I could talk to Mr. Crozier, because I'm sure there's new.
Yes?
I noticed your spectacular fossil specimen.
Oh, I collect them. This one is called an...
Ammonite.
I'm impressed, lass.
From the Jurassic period, I'd venture.
Do you collect them too, then?
My true interests lie in comparatively modern history.
Oh, well, I do love a fossil. It's important to remember that we all end up in the soil eventually.
Quite.
How very dark.
What can you tell me of Lord Panswick?
His lordship commands much respect around here, lass. Keeps me busy with work. Why do you ask?
Just curious.
I think I've asked him about Hobbs Barrow before.
Are you sure you don't know where Hobbs Barrow is?
Sorry, lass.
Thanks for your time.
Aye. Speak to you later.
And maybe new conversation with her.
Good day.
Hello, miss.
What do you know about Lord Panswick?
Not a lot. I know he's in charge around here.
Does he come to the village often?
Not really. He has a manor out on the moors.
Have you ever been there?
Heavens, no. Villagers aren't allowed there.
Why not?
Dunno. It's just the way it is.
I've already asked her about Hobbs Barrow. One more time.
Sure, you know nothing of Hobbs Barrow. I really must find it.
I'm sure.
Goodbye.
Bye, miss.
Alright, where's that barking coming from? Not here.
Hello.
I guess I'll talk to him one more time.
What can you tell me about Lord Panswick?
Naught to say, except don't be sniffing around his lordship's manor. You'll end up with a round of shot in you.
I beg your pardon?
You heard me. Just mind your own business around here.
Goodbye.
Ta-ra.
Nope, no, not back there. God dang it.
Good day. Jane tells me you've taken Myrtle away.
And what if I did?
That's a bit mean, don't you think?
She kicked me! Look at this bruise on my leg!
That does look quite bad. Why did she kick you?
Because she's a little goblin! You don't know what she can be like! Besides, Myrtle is gone now. I've given her to the fair folk. That'll teach her.
All right, so now I'm all of a sudden wary of the girl.
Who are the fair folk?
The little people of the moors. I gave Myrtle to them.
Little people? You don't mean fairies, do you?
We call them fair folk round here.
Wally, there is no such thing as fairies.
It's true, and I gave them a doll.
Where can I find these fair folk?
Follow the tinkle of their tiny bells. I hear them when the wind dies. They dance around their little house.
But where is this little house?
Just listen for the bells, you'll find it. Don't think about bringing that doll back. That'll just bring bad luck for all of us.
Goodbye.
But I kind of have to now.
The road disappears over the horizon. I see nothing but moorland.
Yep, she just automatically turns around. Talk to the innkeep. Okay, I think I know where I can go. No, not knock on the door. You fool. Back this way to the right. And we went... Yep. We're back here. We'll just double check and triple check. Son of a gun.
Mr. Shoulder continued.
Yep, he's elusive. He's not home. How come I...
Mr. Shoulder must have dropped the matching glove last night. What was he doing in the alley? Rather rude of him not to come inside and see me.
Okay, so she will not take the glove.
No sign of any movement. The Devil's Toe, a local landmark.
All right. I'm actually just curious about what my map will look like now. Oh, okay. So I don't have to walk now. I can just go... Oh, nice. Okay, I'll report back to the girl and ask about Fairfolk. Jane.
Wally told me he's given Myrtle to the Fairfolk.
Now I'll never see her again.
There, child. I'll get your doll back, don't worry. Where can I find the Fairfolk?
Wally says he sees them on the moors, dancing and riding on the backs of birds. But be careful. You don't want to upset the Fairfolk.
How so?
They'll put a hex on you.
Jane, I'm quite sure there is no such thing as Fairfolk.
Don't let them hear you say that, miss.
Wally told me you kicked him. Is that true?
Wally is a liar. He took Myrtle and ran. He's such a little shit.
Oh,
You should really kick your brother, even when he does deserve it.
and the language.
Goodbye.
Bye, miss.
So if she didn't kick him, then how did he get that bruise on his leg? Is there anything I missed here? Oh, a fossil. How did it? Dang it.
Hey! Stay away from that!
Oh.
It's bad luck to touch the Ammon's horn. I'm serious.
Fine. Remarkable. A gargantuan fossilized ammonite. This would look fantastic on my mantelpiece.
Okay, so that's bad luck.
Have you found Myrtle?
Tell me more about the Ammon's horn.
Daddy said we should never touch it. It will make the god angry.
What god?
Ammon, of course.
Explain that the object is in fact a fossil. A little education goes a long way, or go along with the Ammon story. She's only a child. Well, playing to Thomasina's character. That's a tough one. We'll just go along with the story.
How wonderful. I'll be sure not to touch it. I wouldn't want to anger the gods.
Sensible.
Goodbye.
Bye, miss.
No. Shoulders Cottage, no. Devil's Toe, no. Church, square, and the railway station. We'll go back and have a talk with Arthur. Maybe some new developments?
I can't think of anything else to talk about.
Okay. That was a big waste of time. Anything changed in here? No, but we'll try giving him the cross.
Will you accept this silver cross pendant as a deposit?
Can I take a closer look at it? Aye, silver. That'll do.
Thank you, Mr. Kemp.
Can I get you something to drink?
Not right now, no. I mean, what if he drugged the beer and that's why Arthur can't remember anything?
Not right now, Mr. Kemp.
As you were.
Plus, I just don't want to run up a tab. Okay, it saved my game there, so that's good. Also, those of you watching, that necklace that we gave him, it does not belong to us. We found that in the church. So, she doesn't want to go to the bathroom. We've been over this, Keltoids. We've been over this. And I've already looked at everything in here. Maybe a talk with Wally again.
Nothing else I wish to discuss at the moment.
Okay. So maybe if we just listen for bells. Hold up. The bells in the moors. That would be best heard here. Like, do we wait? Because if I were listening for bells and wait until the wind stops, there wouldn't be music playing. I mean, right?
I don't wish to dig it up.
Okay. Yeah, this might not be anything to observe, unfortunately. Now, what about the bench? What does the plaque say again?
Margaret's Lookout. I wonder who Margaret is, or was.
Oh, wait a minute, hang on. So there's an exit here, and then wasn't there one? Okay, no, I was just seeing things. Never mind. My bad, y'all.
I'm not sure if these are poisonous or
And oh, wait a minute. Is that the bells?
The moors stretch into the distance. I don't wish to wander aimlessly. I'd better not touch. It looks like something has been buried in the middle.
Yes.
Thomasina, please stop leaving your toys lying about the place. What happened the last time you left your dolly under the tree?
A fox ate it, madame.
Yes, it did. Fetch it now, won't you? Then I'll fix your supper.
Yes, madame. Miss Bowles looks cross. What's for supper, madame?
It'll be nothing but a glass of water and a worm if you don't fetch your dolly right this instant.
Hello, fairies.
Fairies?
It's the gateway to the fairy kingdom.
Oh, so that's why we had a flashback. Boobs.
Hello. There you are, Josephine. I won't let the foxes eat you.
Who's that you have there, little bird?
Josephine. She introduced me to the fairies.
Oh, fairies, you say?
Yes, Daddy.
Do you believe in fairies?
Of course. Do you see those mushrooms over there?
Yes.
That's the gateway to their kingdom. That's where Josephine and I go to talk to the fairies.
Now, listen to me, Thomasina.
Yes?
You're old enough now to hear this. There's no such thing as fairies or talking dolls, my little bird.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, my dear child. I do not wish to upset you. I just want to make sure that you understand the difference between fantasy and reality. Josephine is just a doll, and fairies do not exist.
But, Daddy...
Science is the great antidote to the poison of enthusiasm and superstition. Please always remember that. If you hear anything about fairies or the like again, know that it's hogwash. What is it?
Hogwash. Did Wally bury the doll, I wonder? This must be Jane's ragdoll. There is something somewhat unsettling about its appearance.
Yeah, you think?
There is something somewhat...
Okay.
Look at it writhing away. You're coming with me, little fellow. I shall name you Kenneth.
Really? You're gonna take the worm?
I've already taken one. I've already taken one.
All right. Okay, ragdoll.
Perhaps these wriggling worms are the fair folk young Wally was so fearful of. How strange. There is a hairpin pierced through the arm. This may come in handy. I'll keep it. At least I shall not return from Bewley empty-handed.
Okay, game save. Okay, so that's odd. Now that we've dug up the doll, the chiming bells have stopped. But this is obviously the gateway to the fairies. Obviously. Okay, there's nothing else here. Okay, we'll go back. Okay, I have a doll and a hairpin.
A sharp hairpin. Could be useful.
Yep.
It's Jane's creepy ragdoll. It's little Kenneth.
Little Kenneth. All right, we'll go return Jane's doll. Map. We'll do this a quicker way.
I present to you Myrtle.
Myrtle! I missed you so much.
Now, I believe we had a deal.
Hide and seek.
Come back! It's in moments like these I thank myself for not having children. Damp rag dolls have been laid out to dry in the dreary sun. They aren't mine to take.
Can I touch that now?
I can't pry the fossil from the rock with my bare hands.
I doubt that this will work.
The trowel is too blunt to chip away at the rock.
And this, I'm sure, will be useful for a door.
The hairpin isn't strong enough to remove the fossil.
I just figured I'd give it a try anyways. That's all right.
Hey!
Here, we'll follow her.
Jane?
No, you're gonna get stuck.
Jane, get out of there. Don't make me come in. Fine. Curses. The hole is too small for me to fit through.
What the heck?
I was always happiest with a trowel in my hand.
I didn't think that would work.
Uncovering hidden worlds within the earth itself, clod by clod. That should do it.
Is she really actually in there?
I've made the hole larger. I should be able to fit through.
I'm gonna come back to that. I don't feel prepared to go into the hole quite just yet. I've already asked him.
We'll be done by tomorrow morning. Come back then if you want to explore the woods.
Okay, so I want to go back to the town square. And then... oh, no. The cottage. 'Cause then I can maybe give a worm to the hen.
That would be rather cruel to the poor worm.
Okay. I mean, I guess that's thoughtful, but let's break into...
I can't pick this type of lock with a hairpin.
All right, back to the square. What can I use the hairpin for? Or the worm? Maybe give the worm to the boy?
I don't think anyone really wants to see my worm.
Okay. think, Keltoids, what possibly could I use a worm for?
The door has been.
Yep. I just want to walk this way, my dear. Go back here and maybe pick. Oh, hang on. I doubt he'll let me open the door.
I can't try to pick the lock whilst Mr. Long is standing there.
So I can ask him to go get a drink.
Hello?
Good day.
Can I buy you a drink, Henry?
Really?
Really? We can talk more at the inn.
But I told Mr. Price I'd keep watch of his storeroom.
Doors have locks for this very reason.
You're right. One drink won't take long. I shall take you up on your offer, Miss Bateman.
Let us make our way.
The rocket weren't Stevenson's only design, you know. Before that, there were the Blucher and the Locomotion. But my favourite would have to be the Lancashire Witch. I believe he built that in 1828. In Newcastle, of course. Well, that's me. I better be off.
Wait!
Ta-ra, Miss Bateman.
I couldn't even get a word in.
He likes a good chin wag, Henry.
He certainly does.
Alright, so that's not anything I can interact with. Can I invite him for yet another drink and just like get him drunk?
Hello?
Good day.
Can I buy you another drink?
I suppose one more ale won't hurt.
Yes.
Up on your offer, Miss Bateman.
Let us make our way.
We'll get him nice and sauced.
The rear wheels are powered by coupling rods. Would you believe? The boiler had 2 flue tubes. Choo! There were nothing like it. Well, that's me. I better be off.
Wait!
Ta-ra, Miss Bateman.
Curses. I'm starting to feel somewhat tipsy. I'm here to excavate Hobbs' barrow, not Hobbs' barrels.
Sometimes water is a wiser option. Right. We'll see what happens the third time.
Hello?
Good day.
Can I buy you another drink?
I suppose one more ale won't hurt. I shall take you up on your offer, Miss Bateman.
Let us make our way.
Bewley is the latest of many additions to the Midland Railway line. Speaking of change, I hear the whole frontage of Derby Station is being rebuilt. Designed by an architect by the name of Tubshaw, if I remember correctly. Well, that's me. I better be off.
Wait!
Ta-ra, Miss Bateman.
Mr. Long can really put away a drink. Thank goodness I've switched to water.
Here we go. And we'll just keep trying it.
Hello?
Good day.
Can I buy you another drink?
I suppose one more ale won't hurt. I shall take you up on your offer, Miss Bateman.
Let us make our way.
It really is great to have someone new to talk to. I've so many more stories to share. Well, that's me. I better be off.
Wait!
Ta-ra, Miss Bateman.
Alright, so how many drinks is it going to take?
Really put away a drink. Thank goodness I've switched to water.
How many times do I have to do this to get this dude drunk and passed out? All right.
Hello.
Good day.
Can I buy you another drink?
I suppose one more ale won't hurt. I shall take you up on your offer, Miss Bateman.
Let us make our way.
It really is great to have someone.
Okay, so just repeat.
Well, that's me. I better be off.
Wait.
Ta-ra, Miss Bateman.
Mr. Long can really put away a drink. Thank goodness I've switched to water.
All right, now how am I gonna get him? Maybe you can ask the barkeep.
Henry Long can talk, can't he?
He's a colourful character. The man drinks like a fish.
He certainly does.
I've seen him drink this place dry and still be up to tend his garden at sunrise. The man can truly hold his ale.
Goodbye.
See you soon.
All right, so is that the game's way of telling me that trying to get him drunk is a lost cause? He's just told me that he can drink quite a bit.
Hello.
Good day.
Can I buy you another drink?
I suppose one more ale won't hurt.
All right, last time, because
Let us make our way.
I'm running up just a crazy tab.
It really is great to have someone new to talk to. I've so many more stories to share. Well, that's me. I better be off.
Wait.
Ta-ra, Miss Bateman.
Mr. Long can really put away a drink. Thank goodness I've switched to water.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get him like some.
There's nothing else I wish to discuss at the moment. A fine exemplar. Good day, sir.
Still the strong silent type. All right, so that's not gonna work.
Hello. I really must find Hobbs Barrow.
What did I tell you last time? Not to be found digging around in those things.
Goodbye.
Ta-ra.
I can't think of anything else to talk about right now.
Right. Does he want a worm?
I don't think anyone
All right. Nobody wants to meet Kenneth. We got it.
These flowers look pretty. I'd rather not go into... I could tether a horse here if I had one. The post has been embellished with a fine bronze bust of a horse.
Nothing here would do me any good with those. I guess I'll have to...
I have nothing else to ask for the time being.
Go in that hole.
Hello.
Good day.
Already talked to them about Lord Panswick. We'll
Why
see.
do you call Lord Panswick wretched?
He hides in that manner of his and cares not for his people. I've heard stories whispered in the pews, you know.
What kind of stories?
That he shoots people on sight. Anyone that strays onto Panswick Manor.
Good grief.
Yet he will walk into the plough and furrow and bar ale for all and be hailed as our protector. I answer to God and God alone. Forgive me, pet. I shouldn't get so worked up.
Not at all. I appreciate your honesty, Mrs. Duplancy. Are you sure you don't know where Hobbs Barrow is?
Hobbs what?
Never mind. Thank you for your time.
Lord be with you.
Maybe I can unlock this door with the hairpin.
It's the wrong type of lock for this to work.
Okay. Now with the fresh grave, what about a worm?
No, that won't work.
Oh, what is
This
this?
is where I dug up Jane's ragdoll.
There's a crow there now. But I mean, will it just fly away if I...
This is where I dug up Jane. The moors stretch into the distance.
I still can't leave. One more time at the railway station.
I have nothing else.
All right, so I think we're definitely just gonna have to go into that hole. Unless there's something new here. I don't think so. Nope. All right, we'll go back to the woods. And follow the girl into the hole, I guess. Where she's been sitting for...
I've made the hole larger. I should...
We gonna hear any giggles? That's concerning. Sorry, just out of curiosity, guys, I gotta see if maybe she crawled out and like went back here. And we have to get... Nope. Okay. All right, into the hole we go. As much as it... Ugh.
Jane!
Darkness.
Jane? Jane?
Match.
Curses. The useless thing blew out.
Are you kidding me?
It's pitch black down there. Jane? Jane?
All right, so I can't go any further without, I'm guessing, a light. Are you still here? Back to the room. Maybe you can find another match.
That candle didn't last long.
See, I could have used that.
Melted. It's not much use anymore. Perhaps Mr. Kemp will replace it this evening.
Perhaps.
I don't wish to carry the bowl of...
Hang on, where did I see a lamp? lamp? I know because we saw a lamp somewhere, and she's like, looks like I have one just like it. Um.
Good day to you, Cyril.
I'll do, lass.
What do you make of Henry Long?
An idiot who thinks that station's a good idea. Can you imagine? Strangers pouring into Bewley. Turns the stomach, that does.
Maybe he has a point. You could travel.
Bah! You're an outsider. I'd expect you to have such a bad opinion. But Henry, he's a Bewley lad. We've had the odd Barney or two in the pub over it all.
I can imagine.
Ah, Cyril is going to give me a hint on how to get Henry drunk.
Can I buy you a drink, Cyril?
Now?
Yes.
Go on then, lass.
Follow me.
So then he turns around and says, "Why is a dog like a tree?" And I says, "I don't know." And he says, "Because they both lose their bark once they're dead."
Very droll, Cyril. Well, it's been a pleasure, but I must be off.
Aye, lass. Ta for the drink. You're not too bad for an outsider. Thanks again for the ale, lass. Now leave me be.
Fine, fine.
I can't think of anything else to talk.
Has it been replaced? No. All right, so Cyril is now at the Plow and Furrow. So, like, what was the point of that? Was it get him out of his house? Oh, wait, there's the lamp.
I have one just like this. I have one just like this.
Well,
I can't think of anything else to talk about right now.
I have one just... Okay, maybe the lantern is in the box that Kenneth sent.
I don't think anyone is home.
All right, to the left is the train station, which there's nothing for me there. There's nothing for me down that way. All right, hang on. Hairpin. And worm. And a trowel. This is the key to my room. Hold on. Village Square. Maybe I can get Henry back, and if Cyril's there, maybe that'll change something.
Hello.
Good day.
Can I buy you another drink?
I suppose one more ale won't hurt. I shall take you up on your offer, Miss Bateman.
Let us make our way.
To think, if that station hadn't been built, we would never have met. Blessed be the Midland Railway.
Idiot!
Ah.
That station is the worst decision this village has ever made!
They're gonna start arguing.
Cyril Farnaby, a miserable man with miserable ideas. I will change your mind even if it kills me.
Okay, that took care of that. So now we can go and pick the lock back here.
Kenneth taught me this useful trick. A hairpin is much more than a hair accessory. A few wiggles and this lock should spring right open.
You know, a lot of trial and error, and sometimes these things take time. But I eventually get them.
I've snapped the hairpin in the process, but I managed to unlock the door.
Yep, that's to be expected.
Let's open this envelope. There's a note inside.
Oh. Miss Bateman, I beg for your forgiveness. As a matter of grave urgency has arisen in London and I cannot join you in Bewley. I packed your usual equipment and pray you will find local assistance in my absence. I look forward to seeing you upon your return. Yours faithfully, Kenneth Murdoch. Okay, a matter of grave urgency in London.
How very frustrating. I wonder what happened. I'd better get this to the alley before Mr. Long comes back.
But how?
Moving a fully laden crate through the village square was no easy task. Somehow, no one was there to witness it. But I didn't give up, because I never give up, do I, Mother? I am as stubborn as my father, as you liked to remind me.
Lantern.
Where is my money? It's not in here.
Ooh.
Absolute liability of a man. It looks like everything else is in here. Picks, specimen trays, shovels. Oh, my chisel, I'll take that. Ah, my lantern. It feels light. There mustn't be any oil inside.
Oh, criminy, we gotta go find oil now.
Great. Stanley assured me things would be safe here. No money and no assistant.
Crap.
This is most inconvenient. Still, I've been in worse situations. I've got a tab at the inn for now. I'll worry about money later. I must find that barrow and get on with the excavation.
Okay, so chisel.
I've had this for years. It's looking like it could break at any moment, really. I need paraffin to fuel my lantern.
Paraffin. What on earth is paraffin? Okay.
I can't think.
All right, I've talked to everybody to death, so now I am free to find paraffin, whatever that might be. I'm going to go try and chisel that fossil out of the rock.
Splendid. I've managed to extract it in one piece.
But now I've got bad luck. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go give this fossil to the blacksmith because he is a big collector of fossils. So yeah, games like this are always usually pretty slow to start, but once you start collecting things and unlocking things, then they go pretty quickly. So I think it's all downhill from here. Once again, if you're still here, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. If anybody's watching, you watching in the US, UK, overseas, just out of curiosity. If you don't feel like answering, that's okay. Lurking is welcome. I love my lurkers.
What do you make of this ammonite?
Now then, 'tis a beauty that. It looks familiar.
No, that's not it.
He doesn't take it?
What do you make of this ammonite?
Now then, 'tis a beauty that. It looks familiar.
An exceptional ammonite fossil.
Can I use it?
That's a peculiar idea.
Of course, of course. So,
Good day.
Yes?
I was wondering if you might be able to spare some lantern oil.
I don't have much to spare, lass. Paraffin is as rare as hen's teeth in these parts. How much coin do you have?
None, I'm afraid.
If you're in a bind, I can trade you a small amount.
A trade, you say?
Aye.
What can I trade you for some lantern oil?
a fossil.
Surprise me.
Thanks for your time.
Aye. Speak to you later.
So I guess I had to have this conversation with him before I made the trade.
Would you trade some of your paraffin for this fossilized ammonite, Mr. Crozier?
Now then, 'tis a beauty that. It looks familiar. I'll take it off your hands.
Wonderful.
Let me fetch some paraffin from inside.
Now he is cursed with bad luck.
There you are.
Thank you, Mr. Crozier.
Mr. Crozier got a good deal there. I don't think so. Not if the little girl was telling the truth and that the fossil we just gave him gives bad luck to whoever touches it. Okay, can we... Is the lantern usable now?
My lantern is fueled and ready for action.
Okay, well then let's go in the hole. Go to the hole. Yeah, go back in the hole. Go to the hole. Put it down in the hole. Just 1 second. I'm just curious. $7:30. Let me get back. Okay, can we now go down the hole? With
Right. Let's put this lantern to good use.
Now we're cooking. All right, we hear a heartbeat. Hold on, what is this? Oh no.
Jane, come out at once. Goodness me.
Get the hell out of there. What the hell? How?
Silly. What are you doing in that smelly old badger's hole?
You were in there.
No, I weren't.
Yes, you were.
Not true. I was hiding behind that tree over there. I got bored of waiting for you.
So where can I find Hobbs Barrow?
Go north from the church graveyard, up the hill. You'll see some muddy fields on the horizon. That's Mr. Bryden's farm. Hobbs Barrow is there. Don't tell any grown-ups I told you. And thanks for getting Myrtle back.
My pleasure. Thank you, Jane. You've been a great help.
I'm just curious. Can she go back in there?
Visiting the badgers again. I was lucky to escape intact.
Was that badger underneath a blanket? I thought it was going to be the girl's like remains or something, but yeah, very odd. I went through that whole exchange just to meet a badger. Badger. You know, one thing I've noticed that since I started streaming, I've had many people in my lifetime, like when I talk, I feel like I'm talking clearly, but I've gone back and listened to some of my earlier VODs, and like my pronunciation is like questionable. And that makes sense. Now, like maybe I have a speech impediment that I never knew about, because I remember one specific time in I was in medic school for the army, and I was talking to one of the drill sergeants, and I asked him a question, perfect English in my head, and he looks at me and goes, "Soldier, are you drunk?" And I'm just like, no, drill sergeant. You sound drunk. So yeah, and also a lot of conversations I've had, I'll say something to someone and they'll be like, "What?" So I find myself trying to enunciate more. Just a little FYI, something that popped in my head. I don't know why that popped into my head. Maybe I don't know. But it is 7:30. I'm not going to end stream. I know you were worried about that. So, B2 Tech. Hey, this game is tight. Tight. What up, man? Good morning. Hope you good. Yeah, I was just pulling an all-nighter. I started playing Phasmophobia at 10 p.m. until about 2 a.m. No, it was 1 a.m. And then went to Overwatch for a couple of hours, and it was probably around 3 a.m. and I started playing this game. 3, maybe 4. I just fed the dags. I saw Lemmy play this game. It looks fun as hell. Puzzle mystery. Yeah, the hashtag for it was folk horror. So I don't know if it's supposed to get scarier throughout the game, or if it's just like a mystery and they're trying to advertise it as horror to like sell better, to market it more. You know what I mean? Which, I mean, I'm not scared, but I'm also not mad. Well, there's murder involved. Shh. No spoilers, B2 Tech. I'll ban your shit. Cool style of game. Oh yeah, I love pixel games. But I will be right back. I'm just gonna go upstairs because it's time for my meds. And I will be back in just a minute or two. So yeah, hang tight. Put myself on the be right back screen. Smoke some meds. All right. Be back in a minute, y'all. All right, y'all. I have returned. Oh yeah, yeah. They get. It's nice you got the Halloween screen. Yeah, you know, so 'tis the season, so I figured I'd, make a whole nother. What do they call this scene or whatever? My overlay. I switched my overlays to better represent the holiday, even though it's not really a holiday. But it's one of my more favorite kind of seasons. I love scary stuff. Okay. Hang on. I just have to make sure I turn my phone on because now is about the time my family starts waking up. And if she calls me, I want to be able to hear it. All right, let's continue. Okay, so now where were we? We have a chisel, lantern, worm. Oh, gotta switch the screen, Keltoids, you fool. All right, we're back. There we go. All right. Yeah, no, I saw this game on Twitter. I can't remember exactly where I saw it, but it was released last week. And make the overlay louder. What do you mean, make the overlay louder? Oh, there's no sound on the pause screen. You fool. You know what? I'm just going to... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I got a text. Can you grab him? I gotta make a Target delivery order. What? Oh, okay. I see what she's saying. All right. So my wife's texting me. It sounds like my little one is up. So, I would say I might be back. I don't want to hit pause because you guys might be sitting here watching nothing forever. So I'm gonna end the stream right here. I might be back because I'm having fun playing this game. I know some people might think it's slow, but I'm having a great time. So again, if you're still here watching, look for me within the next hour and a half. Otherwise, I'll be asleep and preparing to work my overnight shift tonight. Also, just real quick, my streaming may only now be just during the weeknights because there's been a situation that has come up that will probably more than likely prevent me from streaming during the day. Not that I do a lot of it anyways, but just a heads up, FYI. Okay, GG either way. Thanks, B2 Tech. Appreciate you. I love all of you. Thank you for watching. Have a good night, good day, good evening, all the above. All right. We'll catch you later.